Remember that scene in Inception where they're folding city blocks in on themselves?
Right.
Like, what if I told you we're getting closer to that level of mind-bending filmmaking, but with, AI calling the shots? You guys have sent us a ton of info on Meta's MovieGen AI, and it seems like everyone and their grandma is buzzing about it. So we're diving into AI that can not only create videos from text, but can also make the audio and even edit entire scenes based on, well, your instructions. It's like having a digital Spielberg at your beck and call, or at least that's what Meta wants us to believe.
Right.
But let's see what's really going on under the hood.
Yeah, what's got everyone's attention on this one is that MovieGen isn't just hype, it's a genuine, technological leap. Meta's research paper, it lays out some seriously impressive tech.
So we're not just talking about those clunky AI-generated clips that barely last a second.
No, not even close. We're talking up to 16 seconds of high-def video. And get this, in a bunch of different aspect ratios.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So MovieGen could theoretically crank out content for your latest TikTok, a whole YouTube video essay, or even a full-blown movie, all from the same AI.
That's wild.
Yeah, and that kind of versatility is unheard of.
So how does it actually work? Are we talking about stitching together stock footage? Or is this AI actually creating original content from scratch?
It's all original stuff, totally generated from the ground up. And, it's not just about the length or the visuals. Meta went all out training this thing. They used a massive data set of images and videos. But here's the real kicker. They combined image and video data in a way that's completely different from how other AI models learn.
Okay, you're going to have to break that down for me. What's so special about how they trained this AI?
So most AIs in the past, they've learned mostly from still images, right?
Right.
MovieGen, on the other hand, uses something called a temporal autoencoder.
Oh, what?
A temporal autoencoder, or TAE.
Okay, I've also seen that MovieGen uses a transformer architecture. Is that like the engine of the AI? What makes it so special?
It's like the AI's brain. Think of it like this. Imagine you're watching one of those old film strips, but someone, shuffled all the frames.
Right.
This TAE, it acts like a master editor. It takes all those jumbled up frames and puts them back in the right order, so the story flows.
So the TAE basically allows the AI to understand how video works in real life. You can see how actions and movements happen over time, not just a series of random pictures.
Exactly. And this is a huge deal. This is a major reason why MovieGen's videos have that natural flow and realism that other AI videos just don't have.
This is where it gets really interesting. Meta claims that MovieGen doesn't just stop at creating videos. They're talking about personalization and editing features that sound like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Right.
Imagine telling an AI, give that character a little more swagger when they walk. And it actually knows what you mean.
It's pretty mind-blowing, yeah. They're claiming that MovieGen can even, insert a specific person into a video with, get this, just one image.
Whoa, seriously?
And the editing capabilities, they trained the AI on image editing first, and then they basically found a way to transfer that knowledge over to moving pictures, to video.
Hold on, back up a second. How can it personalize a video with just one image of a person? Is that some kind of super advanced face swapping?
It's way more than just a face swap. MovieGen actually tries to learn how that person's face would move in different situations based on what you tell it to do based on the text prompt. So it's not just pasting a static picture onto a moving body. The AI is actually trying to keep that person's likeness even as they, laugh, cry, or, I don't know, do a backflip.
Okay, that alone is incredible. But you mentioned this translation technique for editing. What is that? Is that like Google Translate for videos or something?
Think of it more like a secret code or something. Meta calls it back translation, and it's a totally new approach. They basically trained the AI to edit images by pairing them up with text instructions.
Okay.
And then, get this, they used that knowledge to teach the AI how to edit videos by reversing the process.
So instead of teaching the AI to edit videos directly, they taught it to understand how images and editing commands work together and then apply that to video.
Yeah, exactly.
So clever. What does that even look like in practice?
Okay, so imagine you have a video of a daytime scene, right?
Right.
The AI can analyze that scene, and then based on all its knowledge of image editing, it can figure out what a nighttime version of that same scene would look like. And then, boom, it just applies those changes.
So it's like an instant day for night filter, but a million times better, and it actually looks real.
Exactly.
Wow. So it can handle things like changing the lighting or adding in weather effects, that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's huge for filmmakers. The possibilities are endless.
Totally. And it goes even further than that. They're saying MovieGen can even tweak the emotions that a character's face is, conveying in a scene.
Wow.
It's like having an AI director whisper to the actors on screen, like, okay, give me a little more sadness, a little more longing in your eyes, that sort of thing.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It all sounds unbelievably promising, but come on, there's got to be a catch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no technology is perfect, especially when it comes to AI. So what are the potential downsides or limitations that we should be aware of? I mean, come on, every groundbreaking thing has its quirks, right? Especially with something this revolutionary. So spill the beans. What are we missing here? What are the downsides?
Well, for one thing, we're all still waiting on, more people to test MovieGen out besides Meta.
Okay, yeah.
Meta's demos look amazing, obviously, but it's important to see how it actually works for regular folks out in the real world, not just in some lab.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, a polished demo is one thing, but real life, it's messy. What happens then? What are the limitations we know about so far?
Well, video length is one thing. Right now, it maxes out at 16 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is really impressive, don't get me wrong, especially with this level of quality. But, it's still a long way off from, making a whole movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's the, the whole uncanny valley thing.
Oh, right.
Like, it's getting close to looking really real, but something is still a little off,
Like those creepy CGI characters that haunt your nightmares.
Exactly.
I've seen a few.
It's getting better, but it's not quite there yet.
Right.
But yeah, it's good to remember those limitations, even while we're, geeking out about all the cool stuff it can do.
For sure. Sure. We can be excited and keep it real at the same time.
Yeah.
But even if robots aren't replacing directors tomorrow, this tech has the potential to seriously shake things up.
Yeah.
But hold on, MovieGen isn't actually available to the public yet.
Right. It's still in the research phase. So Meta hasn't officially said when or even if they're going to release it to everyone.
That makes sense. But it kind of makes you wonder, who gets to use this technology?
Right.
And how are they going to control it, if or when it does become available? This is powerful stuff.
It really is. Yeah. Access and control are going to be really important to figure out. Like any powerful technology, we need to think carefully about how it could impact things and how to use it ethically. We've got to make sure we're using it responsibly.
Yeah. Okay. So potentially revolutionary, but not without some big questions, right? Well, zooming out for a second. I mean, what does this mean for the future of, everything? I don't know. Yeah. Are we all going to be starring in our own, personalized movies directed by AI?
Maybe, but really this tech has the potential to completely change the game in a lot of industries.
Yeah.
Filmmaking, for sure, but also things like advertising, education, even therapy. Who knows?
Give me an example. How could MovieGen, revolutionize education, you said?
So imagine creating learning experiences that are custom made for each student.
Okay.
MovieGen could make these educational videos where the student is actually in the video interacting with historical figures or, I don't know, diving deep into a science experiment.
So it becomes way more immersive.
Exactly.
So we're not just talking about entertainment, right? We're talking about using AI to fundamentally change how we learn, create, communicate, everything. We could see entirely new forms of art being born.
For sure. And the possibilities are limitless. I mean, what could an architect do if they could just visualize and play with their designs in 3D instantly? Or a musician creating a music video that changes in real time with their performance? It's really incredible to think about.
Mind-blowing. We went from unpacking the tech behind MovieGen to imagining how it could change, everything.
It just shows how fast things are changing in the world of AI. What used to be science fiction is becoming our reality, right in front of us.
This has been an awesome deep dive. We covered so much from how MovieGen works on a technical level to the big philosophical questions it brings up about creativity. We even jumped into the future to see how it could change our world.
Yeah, it really shows how powerful human curiosity and ingenuity can be and how much we love to push the limits of what's possible.
Couldn't have said it better. And a huge thanks to you, the listener, for coming along on this deep dive with us. Hopefully it sparked your curiosity and gave you a lot to think about. Until next time, keep exploring.